I was at the store with my little cousin. He picks up a candy bar, looks at the price, and goes, "Wait, why does this cost more than before? It used to be cheaper." And I just stood there for a second, kind of stumped. Like, yeah, why does the same candy suddenly cost more? It's not like the candy changed. Same size, same wrapper, same everything. But the price? More. That one question made me pause and really think. What's going on with our money? Why does it feel like we're spending more but getting less? You know that weird feeling when you've got the same $10, but it doesn't buy as much as it used to? It's not just your imagination. That's something called inflation. And once I learned about it, it kind of blew my mind. If my money stays the same but prices go up, is my money actually shrinking? That was the moment I realized. Inflation affects all of us, even at the candy aisle. And in this video, I'm going to break it down in the simplest way possible. What inflation is, why it happens, and what we can actually do about it. So, let's talk about what my little cousin experienced at the store. That candy bar getting more expensive? That's something called inflation. Inflation sounds like a big grown-up word, but it's actually pretty easy to picture. Imagine this. There's an invisible balloon floating over everything you buy, groceries, toys, gas, candy, and it's slowly getting bigger. But instead of lifting things up, it makes prices rise. Little by little, things cost more. So that same $1 you used last year to buy a bag of chips, today, it might only buy half the bag. Not because your money disappeared, but because your dollar just doesn't stretch as far anymore. That's inflation. It's like a silent tax. It doesn't take money out of your wallet, it just makes your money less powerful. Your dollar used to be super strong. Now it still looks the same, but it can't do as much. And the thing is, inflation doesn't happen all at once. It creeps in slowly, year by year. So most people don't notice it until one day they're like, wait, why is everything more expensive? And in the next part, I'll show you why inflation happens and what causes it. All right, so now that we know what inflation is, the big question is, why do prices rise in the first place? Well, it usually comes down to a few key reasons, and they're actually pretty easy to understand. First, more people want stuff. Let's say everyone suddenly wants the newest sneakers or the hottest video game. The more people that want it, the higher the demand. And when stores know people are lining up to buy it, guess what? They raise the price. Second, not enough stuff to go around. This is what we call a supply problem. Maybe factories can't make enough toys, or trucks can't deliver food on time, or there's a shortage of ingredients. Think about your school cafeteria. There are only 5 slices of pizza, but 20 hungry kids. What happens? That pizza becomes super valuable, and people would probably pay more just to grab a slice. That's supply and demand in action. When demand goes up and supply goes down, boom, prices rise. There is a third reason. It can also cost more to make stuff. If gas prices go up, delivery trucks cost more to run. If materials like plastic or paper get expensive, that price gets passed down to you, the customer. So even a candy bar can cost more. Not because it changed, but because making it got pricier. So next time you see something cost more than it used to, remember, it's not just random. It could be more people wanting it, not enough supply, or it just costs more to create. Okay, so now let's talk about something super important. How inflation actually affects your pocket. Let's say you saved $10 last year. You were proud of it. Maybe you were going to use it to buy your favorite snacks or a small toy. But now, you go back to the store, and suddenly that same $10 doesn't get you as much. Last year, it bought you a big bag of chips, a candy bar, and a drink. This year, maybe just the chips and the candy. No drink. What just happened? It's not that you lost money. Your $10 is still $10. But its buying power, what it can actually do, has gone down. That's inflation at work. You don't notice it right away, but little by little, your money starts to feel a bit weaker. Even if you hide your cash under your mattress and don't touch it for a year, inflation is still quietly doing its thing. So if you don't do anything with that $10, like invest it or grow it somehow, it'll just slowly lose value over time. That's why smart savers think ahead and ask, how do I protect my money from shrinking? And that's exactly what we'll talk about next. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Okay, inflation sounds scary, so what do I do about it? You can't stop inflation. You can't press pause on prices or freeze time. But what you can do is protect yourself. And how do you do that? It all starts with one simple thing: understanding how money works. Most people never learn this stuff, but you're not most people. By just watching this video, you're already ahead of the game. So here's what you do. First, learn to save wisely. That means not just stuffing cash in a jar forever. It means setting goals, knowing what you're saving for, and finding smart places to keep your money. Second, the big one, invest. I know that word can sound super scary or complicated, but investing just means this: putting your money to work so it grows over time. Think of it like planting a seed. You don't see the tree right away, but with time, sunlight, and care, that little seed can grow into something way bigger. When you invest, your money has a chance to grow faster than inflation can shrink it. So while prices go up, your money can go up even more. That's the power of smart money moves. I made a video on this channel about it. You don't need to be rich, you just need to start. So whether you're 18, 30, or 50 years old, you can beat inflation, not by fighting it, but by outsmarting it. Wait, not all inflation is bad. Yep, and this might surprise you. A little inflation is actually normal, and even a good thing. Here's why. When inflation rises just a little bit each year, it means the economy is growing. People are working, earning money, spending money, and businesses are doing well. That's like a healthy heartbeat for the economy. Think of it like this: a little bit of sunshine, it's great, but too much of sunshine and you're burnt. Same with inflation. Small amounts equals healthy, too much equals trouble. But when inflation gets too high or rises too fast, that's when things start to feel scary. Prices can jump so quickly that people just can't keep up. Your paycheck stays the same, but your groceries, gas, and even school supplies cost way more. And in some places, it's gotten really bad. In countries like Venezuela or Zimbabwe, inflation got so out of control that people needed buckets of cash just to buy bread. Imagine needing $1 million to buy a sandwich. No joke. That's called hyperinflation, when money loses value so fast, it's almost worthless overnight. So yes, a little inflation, totally okay. But when it spins out of control, no way. The good news is, by understanding this now, you're way ahead. Most people don't even know what inflation really is, but you do. Ever wonder why rich people don't seem worried about inflation? That's because they own things that go up in value, like stocks, houses, or businesses. Their money grows while prices grow. That's the trick. Make your money work harder than inflation does. So is your money safe? That depends on what you do with it. Inflation never sleeps, but if you understand it, you won't fear it. You'll be ready. You'll be smarter. You'll make moves that protect your future. It starts with this one question: what will you do with what you know now? All right, you made it to the end. Now you officially know more about inflation than most people. So now what? Simple. Share this video with someone, a friend, your cousin, your parents, anyone who's ever asked, why does everything feel more expensive lately? Because the truth is, you don't need to panic about inflation. You just need to understand it and use your brain instead of stress. Thanks for watching. And if you learned something today, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. Together, let's beat inflation with brains, not stress. See you in the next video.